So, listening to your music, it's really impressive how balanced all the sounds are and all the instruments are in the mix. Can you tell us about Riverside, songwriting approach or something like that?
Well, actually, so far it was like, we did some things in the rehearsal room, and after that I just took my acoustic guitar and just put the 2 or 3 songs, mixed this together in one album. At this time we decided to do everything in the rehearsal room and find some balance between all instruments. And that's why the vocal, for instance, is now a little bit left out. I mean that it's more instrumental parts, and there's no songs. It's more I'm busy. It's more like compositions, and I think thanks to this. I don't know if I'm answering your question now. Anyway, I think the main balance and defining this pure style we found on the new album because we did the thing that all instruments are maybe on the same level, more or less. Yeah. So I think this is what is very important for Riverside. We don't want to do that only one instrument is important and the rest is in the shade. We want to just still, be some kind of...
just like a symphonic thing, but with lyrics also.
Yeah, we want to floating right with all instruments together and just keep the same balance, keep the same level between all instruments. I think we found it the best so far on the newest album.
Yeah, it's really good. So, upon your sound, once again, it's very hypnotic and kind of cold and spacey, but at the same time it's full of heart and it's hot. So, how do you achieve this? Because it's different now, because it's something that it's cold and hot together, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of heart, but it still sounds, I don't know, it sounds like wool, not
because
hot.
of the red color probably,
Yeah.
There's a lot of red color and maybe this,
and you have
all those, all those, things connected with that, psychiatry. So far I always mentioned that Riverside is music of contrast. It's joy, sadness, whisper, and scream. And so far, it was like sadness, whisper, and scream was it was a lot of them. Instead of this joy. So I think now we have a little bit more joy on the new album. Thanks to this music became, more Riverside-ish, as we wanted to do it. And maybe because of the fact that now the joy appeared and the red color appeared, you have the feeling that it's a little bit warmer.
Yeah, it's passion.
I hope. It's a quite different approach now. We even just had in our music now some kind of hard rock moments.
Yeah,
it's just quite new, like at the end of Left Album. And maybe because of the fact that this material is, I think, good when we're playing this live. So it's also quite hot, warm, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. So, how do you guys deal with being labeled prog? Because some bands are like, I don't like being labeled like prog because, maybe we're doing prog rock, but we don't like the prog thing. How do you deal with it?
Yeah, I think the same. We don't like this term because if you now we started to like it, because we've noticed that if you really want to be a progressive band, you just need to shut up and just do your own stuff. Because all those bands who just screaming that they're progressive, they're no progressive. There's no progressive in this music. They'll still live in the past and do the same what a lot of bands did in the past. And when you take a look at these bands like Mars Volta or even Porcupine Tree, they're not telling everybody that they're progressive band. They're just doing their own style, right? So I think if you really want to be progressive, you should just skip this progressive label and just trying to do, first of all, everything which is, strictly connected with your soul and do this in an honest way. And of course, which is good, I think. And it's always a lot of chances to be progressive, being progressive when you would like to do music that could be in the future some kind of inspiration for someone else. That means that you really should do something different. But when you're doing something different, you're the same starting to be progressive. So we would like to be progressive, but in a wide sense. than in the snarl and
not the 70s things.
yeah. I've noticed that a lot of progressive bands here in Italy like to be some kind of cover bands. We have a lot of cover bands of
Sort of, yeah.
Yes, of you know, King Crimson, of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and so this is also a lot of bands that they're playing the same, but they're changing and the names, and they're still playing covers of King Crimson or Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but this is not the covers, you know.
Yeah,
This is something very similar. So, as I said, we would like to be some kind of, you know, one of those bands for a new generation or something connected with progressive rock. We don't want to be a cover band.
You just want to be believers in prog, not really just following with the
We
prog
would
label.
like to create something new. I know it's hard from the beginning, but we're really trying, and maybe on the 10th album we'll finally found something. Fine.
So how much has the internet meant for you guys in terms of getting exposure out of your country? Like MySpace, Facebook or whatever?
Yeah, we have a profile on MySpace.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if we have a profile on Facebook. Anyway, I know we should too.
I just mentioned a couple, so...
Yeah, I know, but I think these days it's very important, you know, medium to reaching new people, new audience. So we're really okay with that. Of course, we're not okay with, you know, selling files maybe. And this is not about the money mainly, but it's really, I think, shit when you just, you know, can't touch something, right?
Yeah.
That's why we're starting to, instead of doing ADHD in a way of, you know, selling files, we decided to release this on vinyl also, a red vinyl, right?
Yeah.
So, but the whole thing with the internet, well, this is the time we live in, so we need to deal with it. If you don't deal with it, you know, people will destroy you very fast.
That's true.
I think